Greetings, everybody. This is Thunder Wakia reporting to you from the heart of the enemy camp. I think everybody knows from my last video that I said that I was displaced temporarily for 2, 3, 4 months. Happened to be downtown in the elite section, one of the big hotels, and I think that this is all for a purpose for me. I think that it's a chance for me to infiltrate the enemy's camp, the lifestyles of the rich and famous, the people that don't live like normal people, and see what's really going on with these people. First thing I found out that's going on is they don't have a friggin' clue. I was talking to the guy outside, I guess they call him the bellman or something, to this hotel, and I was saying, well, it seems quieter, because this was last night. Seems quieter tonight. He goes, oh yeah, it quiets down during the weekdays, and that was kind of a special holiday, this President's Day and all that. And he goes, it's pretty quiet here at night. And so what happens tonight? Fat Tuesday rolls around. It ain't quiet tonight, folks. They got, now just let me run this down for you, because you might not believe this, but in the middle of the city, we got this Gaslamp Quarter, right? San Diego. And they're roping off, or they're fencing off, I don't know how many blocks. 14, 40, I can't remember. The number 4's in there somewhere. City blocks. To celebrate Fat Tuesday, to celebrate New Orleans Fat Tuesday. And I'm thinking, okay, well, that's cool. Lots of jazz and lots of samba girls walking around, and I might go down there and check it out, because I'm a jazz fan, a jazz musician, been a jazz musician for years, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I can see some good old jazz, you know. And so I go online and I check it out, and I'm looking Gaslamp Quarter, San Diego, New Orleans Festival, blah, blah, blah. And then I look down and it goes $35 per ticket minimum, $100 for VIP, which includes drinks and this and that. And I'm like, holy shit. I can remember when they had block parties in San Diego where you just walked in, everything was free. And also on there it said no in and out privileges. What does that mean? No sex? No, just kidding. I guess it means you can't walk in and out of this fenced area that they got you in. Heavily patrolled. Boy, that sounds like a lot of fun. I just went, well, there goes my plans for... Trust me, though, there'll be enough spillover on the next block over to be a party all in itself. I mean... well, at least it's quiet in this room, because it's what do you call it? Soundproof, insulation, all that shit, so you can't hear stuff from the streets. For the most part. I'll hear it, trust me, but this is all a sacking of America. You realize that, don't you? Because earlier I went out and, oh, by the way, this is my official Fat Friday New Orleans Depression era hat here. Had it for a while, have 2 of them. I went out earlier after breakfast and took a walk up and down this up and coming area here, and looking at the hotels. They got cranes every block, and they're building high-rise hotels. and they're all glass, and they go way, way up. It's crazy. And I'm going, where are they getting all this money? Because supposedly we're having financial problems in America. And it's like, are these the central bankers? This fits right in with my theory about the central bankers are building all this stuff up here. You got the Hard Rock Cafe, and you got all these big, the Omni Hotel, and all these huge glass structures. And who's got the money for this shit? I mean, I happen to be here, displaced here. Maybe Great Spirit really is showing me something. Like, this is the sacking of America. Just like the Mongol hordes sacked different cities. Okay. This is a sacking. You could call it a re-sacking, since they sacked America a long time ago with the Native Americans and the indigenous people. But this is a re-sacking, a redefinition. Okay. And my theory is that when this global economic meltdown or reset, they're calling it. Some people are calling it a reset, okay? And to me, reset isn't what most people think it's going to be. They think it's going to be, oh, we're just going to have to change currencies here to help the dead out or something like that. That's not what it's about, people. I got news for you. What it's about is the global economic reset is going to be global economic. We're going to reset certain people down into this very, very low, like the neighborhoods of San Paulo, the ghettos. That's what it's going to be, like a Blade Runner world. Okay, and there's going to be these rich people that are going to these big hotels that they're building. It's going to be like a Disneyland. And it's going to be this way all over the world. It's going to be the only ones that can relax and have fun at $35 a pop to go to New Orleans things, and $100. And I'm sure they're going to make millions off this with all. And the bands, that's another thing. The bands that they have in this, I don't think they're typical old New Orleans jazz bands. They may have some something, and they may, but you got to pay for it. I don't even think you have to pay for it in New Orleans. Do they do that there now? Fence off everything and charge for people to come in and have it heavily policed? That'd be a good place for a terrorist attack. It's crazy, people. And they're just sacking. They're putting a stranglehold, okay, on the normal, everyday, working class people that pay taxes and all that bullshit. They're putting a stranglehold on them, and they're making a Disneyland, a playground of America, okay, where we got all these Hard Rock hotels and big Omni and all this flashy neon crap. And hey, I remember San Diego. I came here back in, because I was raised in Arizona, but I traveled back and forth between San Diego, and then I ended up staying here a long time. But the reason that I did is because it was a beach town. It was like, back then, it was like living in Mexico. You had the quaint little beach towns, and if you had a restaurant, it was a house that was turned into a restaurant. There was no neon shit all over the place. There wasn't wall-to-wall people. It was just sailors and surfers, basically, and they liked to get into fights with each other. Oh, you had the bikers, too. But that's it, people. And now it's wall to wall, glass to glass, concrete to concrete. This actually used to be somewhat of a natural area. Okay, you could just go out back to Julian real quick, or you could go to the beach. You had everything here. But now it's like freeway to freeway, wall to wall, glass to glass, concrete to concrete. And it's this way in a lot of cities. And you're scratching your head, you're going, well, where are they getting? If everybody says we're in a financial meltdown, like you see on all these channels, like Greg Hunter and Gregory Manarino and all of them, if it's such a meltdown, where are they getting the billions and billions and billions of dollars, trillions maybe, to build these big hotels? And who's going to stay in them? There must be a lot more rich people than we know about. They're talking about 1%. I'm thinking more than 1% fall into that category up there. More than 1%, okay? There's at least got to be 10%, okay? Maybe more. And where did they get this money? By robbing and sacking and pillaging. So you have this two-tier level. You have very, very rich, and pretty soon you're going to have just like inconsequential poor. Okay? It ain't going to be of any consequence, these people that they call poor, because they'll just be living off their backs and their taxes. When are people going to wake up? Life is an experience, whether you're having a good time, whether you happen to be in a good situation. You can learn from it. You can learn what the lifestyles of the rich and famous are doing. And they've always done. They're sacking America. They're squeezing as much money out of the people as they can, and they're investing it in these big Disneyland type things for the rich and famous people. I did a video about this. Another one, people coming from other countries, people coming from all over and having houses in other countries and just treating this like it's, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen that movie Blade Runner, I'm sure you all have. It's a classic with, I don't know who's in it, Harrison Ford. Blade Runner, and the cities in there with the vehicles coming down and the people on the streets and the mixing pot and the flashing lights everywhere, and it's horrific. It's wall-to-wall people and weird-looking people, and it's just Blade Runner. If you haven't seen that movie, you should see it just to get an idea where we are now, really, where we're fastly approaching. And it's horrific, people, one way or another, whether there's a rich class that carries on and on the backs of the disenfranchised, poor, elderly, that's whatever. And then you got these rich people, super, super rich. I don't know where they get their money. Do you? Well, I think they get it from robbing people. I'll answer my own question. I think they get it from robbing all of the people, and that's why they're perpetuating. That's why they're... Now, if we look at the side of it, okay, that is the war side, all of our problems are really coming from the fact that they just want to keep their fun zone propped up. Okay? Doesn't have anything to do with about America wants to be. This is prime real estate over here. Always has been, with the Louisiana, going way back to the Louisiana Purchase and the taking of certain parts of these United States that we call these United States were actually Mexico. A lot of it was Mexico. Down in Texas, the whole California coast. And then you had French territory here. Wasn't that the Louisiana Purchase? The French actually own parts of America. So this sacking has been going on, by taking it from other countries, taking it from the indigenous people that lived here, just stepping all over people, friggin' stepping all over people. This is an important video, people, because this is Thunder reporting from the enemy camp. I snuck into the camp. I'm looking around. They think I'm one of them. I'm not. Couldn't be further from the truth. It's scary, really, because when I look at my future, it's like, better make hay while the sun shines here while I got it good. Better get something going. Of course, it's an illusion, people. Wait till the shit hits the fan, though. I mean, if there is a financial reset, maybe there won't be, like I said, though. Maybe it won't. If there's a financial reset, it might just be for us little peons. The peons, the hard workers, the non-elite, the normal person, okay, income-wise. I'm afraid that's what it could be. We're all sitting around waiting for them to go down when really the only ones that are going to go down might be us. I'd like to see it go down. I'd like to see a comeuppance with these idiots. And they got police everywhere around here tonight. It's like, I wouldn't go out there if you paid me $100, $200. I wouldn't go out there. Just because of that reason alone. It's like, sure, have fun, but we got the goon squad all around you, so don't try to sneak outside the gates and come back in and do something you're not supposed to, or whatever you feel is your fun thing to do. You can only buy drinks in the bars that are in there. Better not be bringing any bottles in with you. Or don't. I mean, in the old days, you could bring some swig wherever you went, man. You could bring a little flask inside your coat and went into a jazz club, dip, 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 whatever. And that wasn't the only thing you could do, so it's crazy. But it's okay for the rich and famous and the elite and man, I mean, maybe it's me, but I played many a street fair as a jazz musician, and they were never, I mean, at one time, okay, maybe they went up to like $10 or $5, but $35 and $100, most of them were free. It was, the concession people made the money off their concessions. It was a chance for them to make their money, like a block party. I'm telling you, when you look at these buildings, when you look at what's going on, when you look at the cars, the high price cars, and even the people that want to think they're in the elite zone, lining up at the Hard Rock Hotel and checking in, and people have no understanding of what the majority of population is going through. And then you got the sacking of everywhere. I'm not talking just about here. I'm talking about the rich are sacking, the elite are sacking the poor. It's the survival of the fittest, only it's monetarily. So that's another reason that you need to watch these survival videos. And man, if you can, but even that, I don't know what's going to happen, people. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good to me. Because even if they somehow catapult themselves into this another sphere of let's say prosperity, or it can't last. Remember Rome? Remember Rome, how haughty and excuse me, ridiculously full of themselves they were in Rome and other cities like that fell. And they were at their height. They thought that they were at their, apex. I got news for you. When you get to a certain, level, and you get so hedonistic and you get so self-centered and prideful and living just for that and money and greed and all that, it falls, people. It's just a natural tendency. Because they spend too much, and they and most of it's credit. It's all credit. So when that bubble pops for them, I don't know, they might be able to prop it up for my grandson's lifetime. I don't know. I hope not. I was hoping not, but doesn't look like it though. Let's hope not. Let's put some good thoughts out there to grandfather and grandmother. And the spirits of the four directions, Sapa, Luta, Gyo, Gagaska. Let's put some thoughts out there that these people in their games somehow are made transparent to the rest of the people that are going to suffer that don't know about this stuff. So you have those of us who know, and a whole shitload of people that don't know how they're being mucked over. And then you have another whole shitload of people that know that they're mucking the people over. That's basically what it amounts to. That's Thunder's report from inside the enemy camp. Don't you love it? You have your own spy here. And it's just is what it is. It's the sacking of America, and they've been sacking it and resacking it until at a point they won't be able to sack it anymore, because where are they going to get the money from these little masses that come in here? Even the poor man will pay $35. That's the thing. See, they make it just low enough, like on this Mardi Gras thing, so that the guy can scrape up 35, even if he's on the lower end. Honey, let's go down to the... Anyway, I'm going to leave it there today. Watch Thunder. It's a learning experience. And also join the Campfire Council, which I talked about in my previous videos. Links are below. Kindred organization banding together for when the final sack comes. This is Thunder on Fat Tuesday saying have a good New Orleans night. Listen to some jazz at home. That's my advice. Listen to some Dixieland, some blues, and some old blues from the New Orleans district. Fats Waller. Anybody that is good. Maybe some old stride piano. Get into the real New Orleans culture. Anyway, bonsoir. Is that it in France? French? Bonsoir. Is that hello or goodbye? I don't know. Anyway, adios. Out of here. Thunder. Bye.